Our world is filled with extraordinary creatures, each contributing significantly to maintaining the balance of our ecosystems. Yet some of these species are like precious jewels, struggling to survive in the face of challenges such as habitat loss, climate change, and human impact. Join us on an adventure as we explore 15 rarest and unique animals on our planet, from the vibrant rainforests to the depths of the ocean. Number 15. Vakita. Found exclusively in the northernmost part of the Gulf of California in Baja, Mexico, the Vakita is a unique species of porpoise. This cetacean species is known as the world's smallest, measuring up to a maximum length of just 150 centimeters. They reside in a limited area of shallow water, which results in the most confined range of any marine mammal globally. This particular species is incredibly tiny and extremely uncommon. It wasn't until 1958 that the first evidence of their existence emerged, with the discovery of a skull on a beach. Scientists were aware of the species' uniqueness, but were uncertain about their appearance. In 1985, additional specimens were unearthed, allowing scientists to finally observe the species for the first time 3 decades later. Vakitas typically display a coloration of gray and white, featuring a distinctive tall dorsal fin, a rounded face, and black patches surrounding the eyes and mouth. The Vakita's name, which translates to little cow in Spanish, reflects their tendency to be seen either alone or in pairs, although there have been instances of them being spotted in groups of up to 10 individuals. They primarily consume fish, crustaceans, and squid, with limited information available regarding their ecological behaviors. Back in 1997, an estimated 600 vaquitas were believed to inhabit the Gulf of California. After a decade, the figure had decreased to just 150. In 2018, the population had decreased to 19, and currently, there are likely fewer than 10 individuals still surviving in the Gulf. 2 primary factors contributed to their decrease. Living near the shore exposes them to pollution, and they are often unintentionally caught in fishermen's nets. When a mammal of this species becomes ensnared in a net, its need for air causes it to drown as it is held underwater. Currently, fishing is prohibited in their habitat, and various conservation initiatives are in progress. However, due to the intricate socioeconomic circumstances in the area and the severely diminished vaquita population, conservation endeavors have not yielded positive results. There is a high likelihood that the species will become extinct in just a few years. According to Chinese tradition, the gut is believed to possess medicinal properties. A single fish can fetch up to 100,000 American dollars, which drives the continuous illegal fishing in the region. Number 14. Blue lobster. Typically, lobsters captured along the Atlantic coast of North America lack vibrant colors. Rather, they are often a murky shade of greenish-brown. Yet, 2 fishermen off the coast of Nova Scotia made headlines in 2016 when they succeeded in catching not 1, but 2 bright blue lobsters in fast succession, just 150 kilometers apart. It seems like these guys were twice fortunate, since netting a blue lobster is often seen as a symbol of good fortune among the fishermen in the area. Actually, it's often believed that the animals had a 1 in 2 million chance of possessing this coloring. Their unique shade is the consequence of a genetic abnormality that results in the overproduction of a certain protein. Because they're extremely rare, experts put the odds of this coloring anomaly at 1 in 2 million. However, these stats are merely guesses. These lobsters are among the rarest animals in the world, and so uncommon that when crews discovered one amid the ill-fated lobsters at a Red Lobster restaurant, they were so spirited. About 100 blue lobsters appear each year, based on the 200 million lobsters that are harvested in the North Atlantic each year. Due to a genetic defect that makes them manufacture more of a certain protein than other lobsters, blue lobsters achieve their stunning azure color. However, as it happens, blue isn't even the rarest colored crustacean you might possibly come upon. When 2 Dorset fishermen caught this albino or crystal lobster in 2011 close to Portland Bill in Weymouth, they struck the proverbial gold mine. The source of these spectral lobsters is a genetic disorder known as leucism, which renders their shells colorless. It's astonishing that this gorgeous crab, without any kind of camouflage, hasn't been devoured by a shark or other predator yet. Actually, there's a 1 in 100 million chance of tracking down this bad guy. How fortunate would you feel to catch one of these adorable crabs? Has anybody among you ever seen an animal this uncommon up close and personal? I would be very interested in knowing whether you saw this elusive animal in the wild or in a zoo. Number 13. Saola. Often referred to as the Asian unicorn, the Saola is known for its enigmatic characteristics. This unique species belongs to a distinct genus of bovids and is extremely rare, facing critical endangerment in the Annamite range spanning Vietnam and Laos. The genus name of the Saola is derived from its similarity to oryxes, which are antelopes found in Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. However, the Saola's closest living relatives are wild cattle and buffaloes. Discovered in May 1992, this mammal resembling an antelope is one of the most recently identified large mammals. The discovery took place during a joint survey conducted by the Ministry of Forestry of Vietnam and WWF in north-central Vietnam. The team found a skull with unusual, long, straight horns in a hunter's home and knew it was something extraordinary. This discovery marked the first significant mammal species identified in over 5 decades, standing out as one of the most remarkable zoological findings of the 20th century. Easily identifiable by its long, straight horns and unique white facial markings, the Saola stands out in the animal kingdom. Adults typically weigh between 80 to 100 kilograms, with both females and males sporting long, gently curving horns and a striking pattern of white markings on the head. This species thrives in the seclusion of untouched, dense forests. In the Lao language, Saola is derived from the resemblance of the animal's horns to the support posts of spinning wheels used by villagers in its habitat. Although this species is distinct, it is currently facing a significant threat primarily because of habitat loss. Human activities such as agriculture and urban development are encroaching on the natural forest habitat of this species, further compounded by the threats of hunting and trapping meant for other animals. Confirmed sightings of the Saola in the wild are exceptionally rare due to its elusive nature. Studying and conserving the species is especially difficult due to its elusive behavior and the rugged terrain of its habitat. Efforts to conserve the Saola involve protecting its habitat, enacting measures against poaching, and collaborating with local communities. Conservationists are dedicated to creating protected areas and increasing awareness of the significance of safeguarding this species. Estimates suggest that the current population ranges from a few dozen to a few hundred Saola. Number 12. Madagascar Pochard. The plant and animal species in Madagascar have been significantly impacted by the extensive human expansion over the last century. One example is the Madagascar Pochard, possibly the most uncommon species of waterfowl globally. The Madagascar Pochard, a diving duck, displays a beautiful combination of chestnut and brown feathers, complemented by striking white markings on its wings, belly, and tail. This species thrives in habitats such as lakes and marshes characterized by shallow water, abundant aquatic plants, and dense vegetation cover. Their primary residence was situated in the Lake Aleotra Basin in the northeastern region of the island. In the early 1950s, the species experienced a rapid decline due to extensive modifications made to the basin for rice plantations, followed by the introduction of several fish species. The fish frequently consumed the Pochard's offspring and may have been able to prey on adult birds as well. During the early 1960s, the Madagascar Pochard had disappeared, leading many to believe it had become extinct. In 1991, a lone male duck was sighted on Lake Aleotra. He was apprehended and held at the Ananan Aro Botanical Gardens. After a year, he passed away, sparking significant efforts to locate the species again. Unfortunately, all attempts to locate any living pochards were unsuccessful. In November 2006, a small population was discovered still residing in a crater lake located high up a mountain. The species struggled in the unfavorable climate due to the extreme cold and the depth of the lake, resulting in the pochards failing to thrive. There were only around 25 birds that were still persevering. In 2009, groups of eggs were gathered and raised in captivity. In 2017, a total of 90 Madagascar pochards were under the care of the breeding program. A promising new habitat has been discovered for the species at Lake Sofia. Conservationists informed the nearby communities about the ducks and collaborated with them to enhance the habitat in preparation for their release. In 2018, a total of 21 birds were set free into Lake Sofia to provide them with extra protection. Salmon farming cages from Scotland were repurposed to serve as aviaries for the ducks. The ducks were able to float above the water, providing them with food and shelter if needed. In the subsequent year, a total of 12 ducklings were observed, prompting the conservationists to rejoice over what appeared to be a triumphant introduction. However, it didn't last for a long time. Currently, fewer than 10 pochards are thought to remain at Lake Sofia, with many of them still unaccounted for. There are approximately 50 pochards residing in Vakita, with 94 still in breeding facilities, resulting in a current global population of around 150 Madagascar Pochards. Number 11. Greater Bamboo Lemur. Lemurs, a distinct group of primates, inhabit the island of Madagascar located off the eastern coast of Africa. The island is home to 85% of unique animal species that cannot be found anywhere else on the planet. With over 100 species of lemurs identified, new ones are frequently being uncovered. The greater bamboo lemur is a medium-sized species characterized by its brown-gray fur, long tails, and striking chestnut-colored eyes. Once widespread across the eastern side of the island, the species vanished as their forest habitats were decimated. Greater bamboo lemurs are being affected by slash-and-burn agriculture and are also competing with humans for their namesake, bamboo, as local communities rely on it for use in building. Once thought to be extinct, a small population was rediscovered in 1986. Since then, additional populations have been found, but they are limited to small patches of forest mainly within national parks. These lemurs primarily consume a single species of bamboo, showing a clear preference for the shoots. The greater bamboo lemur has a waste not, want not attitude, eating every part of bamboo plants. They are very special as they are the only species in their genus. Surprisingly, these shoots contain significant amounts of cyanide. Consuming the same amount of bamboo shoots as the greater bamboo lemur would be fatal for humans. The mechanism by which they handle the cyanide they ingest remains a mystery. The greater bamboo lemur faces significant risks from farming, logging, and hunting, leading to its critical endangerment. Currently, there are only around 500 greater bamboo lemurs remaining, distributed among 11 fragmented subpopulations. Number 10. Seneca white deer. Everyone knows that the secret and abominable experiments carried out by the military give rise to monsters and mutant species like Godzilla and the paranormal of the 1990s X-Files TV series. There is no surefire evidence for this, and the mutant white-tailed deer populating the Seneca Army Depot in upstate New York. Just kidding. Seneca white deer are well known for swiftly crossing roads. This unique variation of deer is not commonly seen in the wild or on the highway, unlike the typical brown-coated deer. Their distinctive white coat sets them apart, making them easily distinguishable from the common brown fur of white-tailed deer. These unique deer do not have the pigmentation that typically gives their fur a brown color, but this does not impact their eye color. The Seneca white deer can exclusively be spotted at the former Seneca Army Depot in Seneca County, New York. This location marks their initial appearance in 1949. The white deer's survival is ensured at the depot as hunting them has been prohibited since they were first found. Even with this safeguard in place, they continue to be a rare find. Research conducted over the past 6 decades suggests that there are currently only approximately 300 of these magnificent creatures remaining. Number 9. Northern hairy-nosed wombat. The northern hairy-nosed wombat, an Australian marsupial, is currently facing a critical battle for survival. This particular wombat species, which is the closest living relative to the koala, is considered one of the rarest mammals worldwide. Its population is limited to a small area within Epping Forest National Park in Queensland. These animals have a sturdy build, featuring a wide head and strong, short legs. With powerful claws, they excavate burrows that serve as their primary dwelling. As wombats move, their hindquarters gently sway from one side to the other. Wombats may seem slow and clumsy due to their large heads and unique habits, like curling up to rest on their sides or sitting on their haunches with their forepaws folded in front. Yet, looks can be deceiving. Wombats are capable of reaching speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour over a short distance. Habitat loss poses the primary danger to the northern hairy-nosed wombat. The conversion of its original grassland environment into farmland has greatly diminished both its territory and food supply. Moreover, the presence of introduced species such as rabbits further complicates the obstacles encountered by this already endangered species. Efforts to conserve the northern hairy-nosed wombat involve protecting its habitat. conducting research, and engaging with the community. Protective fencing has been implemented to safeguard their remaining habitat from approaching livestock, while monitoring initiatives are focused on comprehending their behavior and reproductive cycles. Translocation programs have effectively introduced a small population to a second protected site to mitigate the risk of a catastrophic event decimating the entire species. Despite significant efforts, the northern hairy-nosed wombat is still teetering on the edge of extinction, underscoring the susceptibility of certain species to habitat destruction and human-induced pressures. Number 8. Melanistic fox. When considering the world's most stunning wild creatures, foxes may not be the first to come to mind. However, have you ever encountered one like this? Behold the magnificent cross fox, a rare and majestic creature that used to roam America in abundance. Unfortunately, their population drastically declined in the late 19th century due to the high demand for their distinctive fur. Melanistic foxes closely resemble red foxes, but they distinguish themselves with a fuller, bushier tail and extra fur on their feet. The cross fox earned its name due to the lengthy, dark stripe that runs down its back, crossing another stripe to create a cross over its shoulders. Their distinct coat is due to a partially melanistic variant. Melanistic is essentially the opposite of albinism, where an excess of dark-colored pigment is generated beneath the skin. Even though melanistic foxes account for approximately 30% of the Canadian fox population, they remain a rare sight. While most red foxes have a reddish-orange coat with white underparts, black foxes have black or dark brown fur all over their bodies, including their tails, legs, and underparts. Some melanistic foxes may have white or silver-tipped fur on their tails, giving them a unique appearance. Melanistic foxes are relatively rare and are more commonly found in some regions than others. For example, they are more common in certain parts of North America, Europe, and Asia, but they are much less common in other areas. However, an even more elusive type is the silver fox. These enigmatic foxes are a completely melanistic variation of the cross fox developed over generations of breeding. The animals have a shiny black undercoat paired with a topcoat that resembles a silver dusting, along with white coloring at the tip of their tails. It's certain that you'd be very fortunate to witness one of these foxes rummaging through your trash. Number 7. Amore leopard. The Amore leopard, a critically endangered species of large feline, inhabits the dense forests of the Russian Far East and certain regions of China. Leopards are commonly associated with the savannas of Africa, but in the Russian Far East, a unique subspecies has thrived in the temperate forests found in the northernmost region of their habitat. Its striking golden yellow fur is embellished with unique dark rosettes, making it easily recognizable. Like its counterparts, the Amore leopard is capable of reaching speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. Reports have shown that this remarkable creature can jump over 19 feet horizontally and up to 10 feet vertically. Only a few leopards remain in the wild, putting them at risk of extinction. The survival of the Amore leopard is seriously threatened by habitat loss caused by logging, agricultural expansion, and infrastructure development. In addition, the poaching of these majestic cats for their beautiful fur and bones, fueled by the illegal wildlife trade, poses an additional threat to their survival. Due to a combination of various threats, the Amore leopard population has been severely impacted, with approximately 100 individuals believed to be left in their natural habitat. Efforts are underway on a global scale to save the Amore leopard from extinction. Efforts involve safeguarding their natural environment, enacting measures to combat poaching, and engaging local communities in conservation initiatives. Number 6. Golden macaw. Parrots are known for their vibrant colors, but this golden macaw truly stands out. These birds, which appear to be made of solid gold, are extremely rare and acquire their stunning color due to an overproduction of a yellow pigment called xanthochromosm. The mutation is linked to the absence of red color production, being substituted by yellow instead. Lutinos are a type of xanthochromic birds that are highly coveted by bird lovers. Macaws are often monogamous, remaining bonded for life. They are often seen flying in large flocks, and the bonded pairs fly close together, their wings nearly touching. In the wild, macaws often flock to mountains of clay known as macaw licks. When disturbed, These bright birds screech loudly and circle overhead with their long tails streaming. Lutino golden macaws are a variation of the blue and gold macaw species. Unlike the standard macaw with vibrant blue and gold feathers, the Lutino macaw stands out with its golden feathers and white features instead of the typical black beak, claws, and facial features. The eyes are a unique pinkish-gray color rather than black, and even the tongue is white. The pale birds are highly valuable due to their unique color and rarity, leading to intentional breeding to preserve the Lutino strain. Hey guys, before we move on with the video, it is time for our subscribers' pick. Does the photo on your screen giving you a little shiver? Well, it does to me. But why should I be frightened? It's just a goat, right? Goats are not meant to be scary. Or are they? Okay, here is a baby goat that was born in San Luis Province, Argentina. Definitely one of the rarest animals in the world. This goat really caused quite a fuse because of its goat's physique and human-like facial features all combined. Oedo, the owner of the goat, recounted discovering the rare baby goat in their family field shortly after birth. Tragically, the anomaly survived nearly 3 hours before passing away, despite efforts to nurture it. How sad. The owner of the goat expressed bewilderment regarding the cause behind the birth of the goat with such extraordinary features. She emphasized that this was an unprecedented event within their locality, leaving her at a loss for an explanation regarding the anomaly. So, what do you guys think about this rarity? We would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Number 5. Eastern Black-Crested Gibbon and Hyan Gibbon. Small apes known as gibbons are predominantly found in Southeast Asia. The Hyan gibbon is a unique species of gibbon exclusively located on the island of Hainan in Vietnam. Initially thought to be a subspecies of the eastern black-crested gibbon, further research including genetic testing and observations of distinct differences in morphology and vocalization led to the official classification of the two as separate species. Both species exhibit dichromatism, where the males are predominantly black, and the females are mainly a golden hue with black patches on the head. In the past, these animals were commonly found in Vietnam and parts of China. However, due to human expansion, almost 95% of their habitat in the region has been cleared over the last century. This species has been targeted for consumption and traditional remedies, while also facing competition with humans for scarce resources, leading to a reduction in their natural habitats. The eastern black-crested gibbon vanished during the 1960s. Previously thought to be extinct, a small population was rediscovered in northern Vietnam in 2002. In 2006, a separate small group was found on the other side of the border in China. Currently, there are approximately 135 individuals remaining worldwide. The habitat of the Hyan gibbon is diminishing as a result of deforestation, mainly for illegal pulp and paper plantations. According to the latest survey, there are currently 22 Hyan gibbons residing in one family of 11, another family of 7, and 4 solitary gibbons not associated with any family group. This species faces the threat of extinction from a single severe weather event or epidemic. Number 4. Pied peacocks. Peacocks are known for their stunning appearance, with male peacocks using their vibrant plumage to attract a mate. Not all peacocks display vibrant colors. Observe this unique show-off. This unique variation is referred to as the silver-pied peafowl, first identified in the United States in 1992 by 3 separate breeders simultaneously. The male silver-pied peacock showcases a striking snow-white plumage, accented by splashes of color covering approximately 20% of its body, concentrated mainly around the neck region. While albino peafowl can be found, the majority of white peafowl are affected by a rare genetic condition known as leucism. Leucistic peafowl have the ability to create pigment, but they are unable to transfer it to their feathers. This leads to a striking blue-gray eye color and a complete absence of color in their plumage. Peafowl can sometimes be impacted by partial leucism, leading to birds with a combination of colored and white feathers. These incredibly rare birds are referred to as pied peacocks, combining the best features of both species. Number 3. Pink dolphin. Although they may seem like something from a dream world, pink dolphins are as genuine as they get. The Chinese white dolphin is the official name for these pink-hued water dwellers. The inhabitants of Hong Kong adore these animals because of their soft pink hue and their luck-bringing powers. They live in the waters of the Pearl River estuary and were first seen in the area as early as the 1600s. However, overfishing, water pollution, excessive maritime traffic, and ongoing coastal development are some of the dangers that the Chinese white dolphin faces in its native environment. According to WWF Hong Kong, human activity alone is to blame for a startling 80% decline in dolphin population in Hong Kong seas during the last 15 years. There are, on average, only 32 Chinese white dolphins remaining in Hong Kong waters, according to the most current official estimates, a record low. F published an emergency action plan on June 2020 to safeguard the population that remains. They pretty probably risk extinction if that doesn't succeed. Number 2. Yangtze River Dolphin. The baiji, also known as the Yangtze River dolphin, was a freshwater cetacean that lived in the Yangtze River in China. Regrettably, it is now deemed functionally extinct with no confirmed sightings since the early 2000s. The baiji, once worshipped as the goddess of the Yangtze, now symbolizes the devastating effects of human actions on aquatic environments. The baiji encountered a variety of challenges that ultimately led to its extinction, such as habitat degradation, industrialization, pollution, shipping traffic, and overfishing. The construction of the Three Gorges Dam in 2006 had a significant impact on the river's ecosystem, leading to changes in the baiji's habitat and a decrease in prey availability, which accelerated the decline of the species. Preserving the baiji was a difficult task due to the immense size of the Yangtze River and the intricate combination of different dangers. Despite various conservation efforts like protected areas and attempts to establish reserves for the baiji, the species is still declining and has vanished from the natural scene. Number 1. Orange-bellied parrot. The orange-bellied parrot is a stunningly colored small Australian parrot species. Male individuals display a vibrant grass-green color, whereas females exhibit a more subdued shade of green. This species was once abundant along the eastern Australian coast, stretching from Sydney to Adelaide and extending down to Tasmania. This parrot species is among just 3 migratory species worldwide. The entire population reproduces in southwest Tasmania near the coast, before migrating to Bass Strait in southeastern Australia for the winter. Wild habitat in the area has been significantly degraded or completely lost over the last century. Consequently, the parrots struggled to locate suitable foraging spots. During the early 20th century, sightings of them were frequently documented in the vicinity of Sydney. In the 1960s, the species was frequently sighted around the Yorke Peninsula. However, as of 2017, only 14 individuals were observed in their natural habitat. In 2019, the wild population experienced a significant increase, reaching over 100 birds. However, by 2022, the population had decreased to only 51. Fortunately, the species was also maintained in aviculture, and breeding programs were initiated to conserve the species. Currently, there are more than 300 orange-bellied parrots being held in captivity, while the wild population is estimated to be less than 50. They are classified as critically endangered. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.